And good morning, everybody. PJ here. Just playing around in the shack here a little bit. A little cold outside. Got to go work here shortly, so I wanted to make a little video anyway, at least maybe a start of one, just to show a little bit of difference between a couple of my HF radios here. Both of these are strictly HF. There's no 2 meter 440, so I don't have like the 991A to compare them to. Ftdx10 the Yaesu 891. This one's about half the price of this one. It's right at, like I'm looking at here for the 891 for new Gigaparts DX Engineering. Both got them for $679.95, so basically $680. And then if you got tax and all that stuff, I didn't pay for this one like that. I traded some stuff. Got this one. I bought this one, and that one right now is running, depends on where you go, but it looks like Gigaparts is right at $14.99, so $1,500. When I bought this one, I waited for the Black Friday sale, which knocked it off quite a bit. That was last year, I think. And then I also had a $100 gift card, so I ended up getting this one. I think it was right around $1,100, I believe. When they first, I think I've had it last year. I have to actually look, either last year or year before, but can't remember how long I've had it actually. But anyway, right at $1,500. So this is middle of the road. Next up, you'd have the 101D, which is, let's see what that one costs. Yeah, that one's quite a bit more. So it jumps like from half of this, then goes up double that. So like Gigaparts is $329 for a 101. So that's like upper end. This will be upper end, this will be lower end. You can find used 857Ds and stuff like that. But what I'm gonna show is kind of just the difference in like the receive of them and everything. I've unhooked my big speaker from the DX10, so I'm coming straight through the speaker here. I'll be coming straight through the speaker on the 891. It's mainly just receive. Audio and stuff, I mean, you can set both of them up on your EQ and all that stuff to sound similar. I mean, both of them sound like, when I'm talking to people, they sound pretty similar. But there ain't much going on the radio at all. I mean, features that the DX10 is going to have over this lower end radio, definitely the screen's different. You can see the screen. This one just got it's got a smaller screen, your basic information that you need. SWR meter, you can change that between power. If you want to get to, they got different menus, so you can select and turn and go through your meters and stuff like that, and turn on the digital noise filter. It's got quite a few features in it. It's more menu driven, to where the DX10, it's all kind of right here, touch screen, so you can go to it, pretty much select what you want just by touching it. There's no way I can go through both of these radios and show everything. There's so many features on both of them. It'd be hard to go through them all. But there's like a little net here. This is the DX10. I have preamp on.
Well, I'm not hearing anything. So, no, Bob, you're still nice and loud, no problem. And Paul, you're nice and loud. And Mark, I've got a good copy on you. Paul, I got my
you gotta go through the menus on this one.
To let you know there. Go ahead.
So this one will have IPO.
Yeah, Roger, I wanted to make sure you got
highlighted
it
on IPO, so the preamp's on. It's just got a preamp IPO, and it's got preamp on it, basically. On the
yeah, thanks. Mark,
891.
you have a relay?
I'm on the Delta loop here, and that's a weak signal there. Let's flip it over to Ftdx10. Right now, I'm actually hearing that guy better on the 891.
No, I normally hear him, but I'm not hearing anything this morning.
That's the DX10. See, I can hear that guy. He's a weak station.
Yeah, Roger, the noise is coming in here. You guys okay with the tornado that went through Tennessee? Do you guys have any bad weather?
Yeah, both those pretty weak. Bands are kind of cruddy today. See, I can actually hear them good on the 891. The DX10, I have to turn the volume up just a little. This one's received is a little higher pitch. The speaker's a little, got some more highs in them. Where the DX10 is a little softer sounding. So I can hear them. I hear them real clear. I don't know if y'all can hear them. Oh, and I got DNR on here.
And Bill, K4NNP, if you're still on there, I can hear you. You are usually coming through really well. Don't know if you're still on frequency there. See you running the 10 sec.
That's the DX10.
Sounds good. And don't know if Dave, KC1FRZ, is on frequency. He was nice and loud. And Jack, W5ETL, had a good copy on him, so no problems there. Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else on here or not, but we'll put out another general call, and we should probably turn it over to Mike, KQBL, there after this. He usually can bring up a few people there. But anyway, this is WA0UAY, Rick in northern Iowa. This is the 813 group, informal rag chew group. Anyone like to check in? Come now.
Whiskey 3, Mike in the Foxtrot, November.
891. I'm gonna go back to that RF game and get some of that white noise out.
Okay, I had 3 of them, and 2 of them came at the same time. So let's try that one more time, please.
You can see how it rolled the RF game, the meter's staying up.
Okay, Whiskey 3, Mexico, India, kilowatt. I'm not sure I've heard you in here before, but you're about a 5 and 7, 5 and 8 into Iowa here. Name is Rick, and we're in northern Iowa, W3MIK. What's your handle and where are you located,
Turn the
sir?
RF game back.
W0UAY, W3MIK. Good afternoon there, Rick.
DX10.
Formalities out of the way here. You're a 5-7 as well into northeastern Pennsylvania, the Pocono Mountains. Name here is Mike, and yes, this is the first time I'm checking in.
Like I say, these are just going to be
checking in. I don't know how long you've had the net, so I'm not sure if I've checked in a while ago.
receive video, basically.
But, anyway, I hear a bunch of you in there, and some are pretty strong and some are a little weak. So, but anyway, thanks for picking me up there, Rick, and I'll turn it right back to you. WA0UAY, W3MIK.
Yeah, excellent, Mike. W3MIK in Pennsylvania. This is WA0UAY. Well, very good. We appreciate you checking in, and the group has been here for a number of years now, and meet every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this frequency.
Oh, here. I'll show you.
And
Okay.
11:30 Central Time, I guess I could say it that way.
I'm going to not use the cat
yeah,
knobs.
very good, Mike. Well, you're sounding good.
So what we're going to do...
Appreciate you checking, and come again. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Well, like I said, thanks for picking me up there, Rick, and I'll let you turn it over to some of the other gentlemen, and if there's any ladies in there as well. And I'll say 7-3, and I'll be listening here for a bit. W3MIK.
I think my switch is messing up
There
here.
might be a few of the other guys that are hearing
It should be a lot more signals than what's
in a
on.
little bit, but there was 2 other
I need to
stations.
clean
We'll
this
try to
up.
pick you guys up there. WA0UAY. Give it a try again, please.
That looks a little better on the screen.
Whiskey 3, Foxtrot, November.
Now here, if you're going to like look for something, you got this knob. You can. And now the difference in these 2 radios is one's going to be way more portable. I mean, the DX10, you could put it in a box and carry it portable or whatever, but this one right here is super small. I actually have it in an old SIG case. It's an old pistol case, and it fits right in there. I can throw it right in a backpack or in a little go box or whatever you want to call it for portable use. And this one you're not going to see nothing on the scope, so you just got to.
Minnesota, Mike November. Thank you for Mike November. Appreciate you being there. 7373. This is Whiskey 2 Sierra Mike Foxtrot, and I'm at Kilo 2086. CQ box on the air. November 4, Whiskey Hotel, give you 57 at the Kilo 2086.
I must have something going on my switch. It's not getting good connection or something. I gotta hit it twice to make it. Dude, I'm gonna have to get in there and clean that thing up. That's a Dowel switch. It's a good switch.
Whiskey 2 Sierra Mike Foxtrot at Jones Beach, New York. Kilo 2086. Kilo 8 Radio Whiskey Lima. Kilo 8
DX10's got a little softer. Let's see. Let's turn on. Whoops. Turn on DNR on this one.
This is Whiskey 2 Sierra Mike Foxtrot in Long Island, New York. Kilo 2086. CQ box on the air.
Both of them set to 3 on DNR.
We're True 59 at the moment. True 59. Is the audio's okay too? Yep. Actually, it's a little too fuzzy. It could use like maybe a little more highs. Okay, good enough. Thank you so much. 73 thanks for being there. 73, no problem though. It's perfectly readable, no problem. This is Whiskey 2 Sierra Mike Foxtrot, and I'm at Kilo 2086.
DX10 don't have quite the watery sound that the
Kilo Alpha 4, Papa Julia 2, QRP, you're 5 and 5, into Kilo 2086, Long Island, New York.
it sounds like he's off frequency, man.
Kilo Alpha 4, Papa Julia 0, you're 5-5 into New York.
And like I say, this ain't like a detailed, basically received. Both sound good. Features on this one, a lot of the stuff for the DX10 is more centered right around the VFO knob. So you got a lot of things you can hit right here and change. Touch screen, you can change your IPO and stuff a lot easier. With the 891, it's a little different. Like I say, you got to go in and hit this function, and that's going to bring up this menu here. I don't know how good you can see that. And then you can scroll through that. So you can turn on AGC, you can go through different screens. You got one for CW settings, record settings, so if you're doing like wanting to play your CQ calls or whatever. Processor monitor, split. All these features are here. They're just a little bit more, you gotta work them. So if you're working split like here, you just push and hold this button and it goes into split. To where DX10, I'm gonna turn it on. And now I gotta go back and band A, band B, and I got to press and hold that. Okay, now that's it. Oh, see, it didn't do it. Oh, now I gotta remember how to do split on this thing. So, now let's see. That's not what I need. Y'all see me fumble with this one. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'll have to come back to that. Press and hold it. Okay. Okay, now it's done it. Yeah. Okay. before you turn it on, you just press and hold it over split, and it did it. It did it. Been a minute since I've done split, but anyway. So you got the same options, they're just a little bit more. DX10 or the 891, if you want to turn up power, which is probably my biggest gripe about this radio, is you've actually got to press and hold the function thing and go into all of these menus, this listed menu. And you'll see right there is HF SSB power, it's 100. So you click on that and then you can turn it up or down. There's no button outside of there that turns the power up or down. There's nowhere on this menu you can set this multifunction knob to be power, which I wish it did. You got to remember, you got to remember which one it is, which is 1601 in the menu. So you can go down there and you got to remember where it's at and then go do it and turn it down. It's like that with a few other little things, contour and stuff like that. You can turn that stuff on. You got attenuation, monitor, narrow thing. Let me turn it back to the 891 while I'm doing this. But you can narrow. See, there's contour there. You can turn it on and adjust it with the knob. Then once you figure out what you want, you kind of just leave it on that screen, and then to revert, I always just tap the power button and it takes me back. And see, like this one, you can see everything on the scope. So it gives you an idea where you want to go. So there's all kinds of signals. So on this one, you just got to scroll through the VFO. That's pretty light signal. DX10. I'm going to roll back the RF gain just a little, get rid of some of that hissing. That's with the RF gain on that one. Don't really need to do that on this one, but you can. That's with the RF gain rolled back a little there. And being alright.
It takes time, but I'm quite sure you can get the right amount, because you see, the setting for each voice is completely different than other.
Alright, well, the video's getting a little long, so I might do this a little later and try to figure out some other things to do besides just receive. Maybe I'll try, talking on the radio and stuff to show just the difference. Both of them are good radios. DX10 is by far just a little bit, more feature driven. It's got a lot more stuff on it, the screen, visible on the scope, everything. You got the waterfall and all that good looking stuff. Pretty plain on the 891, although the 891, it's still a decent looking display. It's got, let me turn it where, so you got a signal going. So that ain't bad. It's got a bunch of stuff in it, but it's a lot smaller radio. So maybe I'll make a couple more videos showing differences in these on certain things there and show it. But like if I go to grab one to take with me, this is the one I get. It's so easy to take. If I only had one, this one would be a lot harder to carry out somewhere. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that there. If there's anything in between these two that you'd like to see, just let me know, because outside of just listening, I don't really know what you'd like to see about the two, but quite a bit of difference in price here. I wouldn't hesitate buying this one again. I love the DX10. 891, if I was just getting started and I wanted a good HF rig for a good price, I mean, the 7100 and all that for Icom is good. It's quite a bit more than this one. The 891 is pretty good price, in my opinion, for HF. You can buy used ones. You can probably find them used somewhere cheaper than that, QTH or something like that. Somebody getting rid of one, or find you something, trade somebody out, just like I did. But both good radios. 891 ain't no slouch though. It's a good radio. You add an external speaker to this one right here, and you can make it sound a lot like the DX10 without that more highs. You put a little better speaker. I've got one somewhere and I could hook them up, but show you what it sounds like with the external speaker, because it definitely takes some of those highs out of it. But other than that, I mean, it's got a good sound. It's just a little more highs in there. So if you're hard of hearing or something, this one's a really good radio too, because it catches all those highs real good. But anyway, I said I was going to end it. I'm going to end it because it's getting too long. Nobody will watch this long video. So we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. 73's AK4, PJ.